I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working. They're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're and that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what. Yeah, and that's what you're saying in your book. When you talk to when you talk to
and they
parents,
don't want me here right now. Trust
Corey,
me. They want me dead.
There are.
Hey fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Back with another reaction, y'all. Hopefully this one goes smooth, comes out good. I made sure the videos I picked weren't violent, weren't no curse words. There's some political things, but nothing crazy in this video. Just trying to see what works. My other channel, I have no idea what to react to, y'all. We're gonna do a bunch of different things and just see what sticks, y'all. So be patient with me over there. We're gonna start uploading. I know I said yesterday that there's gonna be a video up there, but I was so bummed out that this video didn't come out. So today we're gonna hope for a video over there. So link in the bio for that channel's over there. I don't know what we're gonna react to, y'all. It's gonna be a little off topic from what we do over here. So you know, over there is gonna be more of the man cave, what I watch personally, but I know what you guys will like too. So hopefully you guys rock with it over there. Just be patient with me over there, y'all. We're working on it. But anyways, y'all, let's get into the reaction. Let's hope everything's posted on Monday like it's supposed to. Fingers crossed. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction.
The fashion community is going to hate me for this one. This is Michelle Lamy, and I fell into a deep, dark rabbit hole last night, finding out more about her. Michelle was born in the 40s. She's around 80 years old. She's worked as an attorney, a clothing designer, a performer, a producer. She was born in France, has lived in many places, including New York and Los Angeles. And she's the wife of fashion designer Rick Owens, who is also known as the Lord of Darkness in the fashion community. Michelle actually discovered Rick Owens, and a lot of people credit her for his career. One time, Michelle wore his head as a purse. I don't work in the fashion industry, so there's a lot of things that I probably don't understand, but Michelle is very highly respected among her peers. And many celebrities, like the ones pictured here: Usher, Kim Kardashian, A$AP Rocky, and Kanye West. She has a very distinct style. Every morning she draws a black line on her forehead, and she says she doesn't really have an explanation for it. She also stains her fingers black. It has been reported online that Michelle got her inspiration from the Amazigh women, who also used to paint on their face. She's also known for having gold-plated teeth. But the rabbit hole that I fell into last night has people convinced that Michelle is a high priestess or witch of some sorts in the Hollywood scene. Now, I'm not saying she is or she isn't, and I simply cannot get into all of the details. The information is out there if you want to look into it, but there's so much mystery surrounding this woman. Like I said, she is highly respected in the fashion and art industries. A lot of people really love her work, and a lot of other people are convinced that she controls a lot of what is going on in Hollywood, and that there's something much more sinister going on, allegedly.
Yo, listen to this excuse.
You braved 108-degree heat. I can't even believe I'm saying that, just to be here. And I have to tell you, I understand because of the heat, they had to shut the door early and turn thousands of folks away.
To keep them outside?
But don't worry, we're going to be back a lot.
You've now asked.
What do you guys think? I see a lot when I was making this video today. There's a lot of TikTok saying they're AI. I think I put one in here, AI crowds. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what to think. I know in Arizona at the stadium, that damn parking lot was packed, y'all. Right? Maybe she's got a lot of supporters, y'all. These people are brainwashed over there. She's got a lot of supporters, so I don't know. I don't know. Is it legit or is it not?
Asked me 3 questions about comments that I made 3 years ago. I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she supported policies that opened the American southern border. I wonder what Kamala Harris thinks about the fact that she lied to the American people about Joe Biden's mental facility for the office. You are interviewing me, Dana, because I respect the American people enough to sit down for an interview.
I appreciate that.
Kamala Harris has been the nominee for 3 weeks. She hasn't sat down for a real interview.
Believe me, we are asking. You're not going to get a disagreement there.
But the point is, Dana, you've got me for 15 minutes or however long you have me. We should be talking about public policies that matter. How are we going to lower inflation? How are we going to reduce the cost of food and housing? How are we going to close down that southern border? We've talked so little about that. We've talked a lot more about a sarcastic remark I made 3 years ago. I think we should talk about the issues that most Americans care about.
True. Most Americans care about those issues. And they're over here asking questions that he of a comment he said 3 years ago, right? But he's on CNN, y'all. That's a big time left-leaning program, right? Why doesn't Kamala go to Fox News or whatever other right-wing stations, right? Some podcasts, right? A lot of the, like Trump, and I'm sure this guy and the Vivek Ramsey, whatever his name is, they're on podcasts, y'all. They're on podcasts that are going to ask you whatever they're going to ask you, and they got answers for it. But I bet if Kamala went to a right wing, like let's just say Fox News interview, they're not going to bash her about things she said. They're going to probably ask her about actual problems, how they're going to fix the nonsense that they created, right? And then before she leaves, I'm sure they're going to bash her with some stupid things she said.
Yeah, that's another one. I mean, the whole cholesterol thing, your brain is made up of cholesterol. Your heart is made up of cholesterol. So when they tell you to avoid cholesterol, you're basically avoiding the parts that are naturally occurring in your body. It doesn't make any sense. Like even an egg gives you the complete protein. It gives you every nutrient you want. It also gives you copper. In the yolk, you get some copper. And if you eat a raw egg, you get 100% of your copper for the day. And that's why they say the egg is the ultimate food. But here comes Bill Gates with some fake weird, yellow sprayed egg that he's gonna say it's not an egg, it's an oak or something. He'll come up with some weird word. And that's what it is. They just make up things. They're taking nature, which is perfect, dissecting it, breaking it down, and then selling it back to you with like 1% of what it used to have.
Profit.
I mean, think about that. Does that make any sense? Like you're gonna eat this synthetic, lab-grown, fake food. How is that food? It's not. They will market it as food. Babies need cholesterol and the soy formula. Yes, this is a big one too.
So Kamala Harris is trying to fool TikTok users into somehow believing that she's not going to continue the Biden-Harris administration's ongoing effort to end TikTok, an action that is a clear violation of our First Amendment rights, and quite frankly is something that's being currently challenged in court for its unconstitutional nature. The reality is this: her position is the same as Joe Biden's. So TikTok users need to demand from Kamala Harris an answer to this question. Will you work to repeal the Biden-Harris anti-free speech law and legal actions that would essentially result in the end of TikTok?
Listen, Trump says the quiet part out loud.
Years ago, and I see a rocket engine, motor engine, come down, landing straight up there, no wings, no nothing, and it's landing. I thought I was seeing things. What is that? And it's landing on a barge in the middle of the ocean. And then another one comes down, and another one. I guess 4 of them came down, 3 or 4, and they land upright. I said, what the hell was that? I've never seen that before. Now, if that were government, you wouldn't see that for another 50 to 100 years. But it was Elon.
I just want to ask one question. My daughter's getting out of school. I saved all my money. She doesn't have any student loans. Am I going to get my money back? So you're going to pay for people who didn't save any money, and those of us that did the right thing get screwed.
No, it's not anybody got screwed.
Of course we did. My buddy had fun, bought a car, went on vacations. I saved my money. He made more than I did. But I worked a double shift, worked extra. My daughter's work, she was 10. So you're laughing. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. We did the right thing, and we get screwed.
I appreciate it.
That's all right.
So a lot of people found this video to be creepy. The girl who made this video stayed at a hotel where they were having a baby convention. And the part that's making people say this is creepy is all of these babies were fake. As you can see, they're clearly dolls, but all the people at this convention are carrying them around like they're real. Some people were defending them, saying, this is perfectly harmless, no one is getting hurt by this. But yeah, most people thought this was creepy. And some of these dolls, like this one right here, are super realistic. That looked real. This one, not so much, but I'm curious. What do y'all think about this? Let me know.
I'd love to do
Jamie done a lot. The naked basketball games that he hosted. Everybody knew. And there's no point in me hiding it now because his fate has been sealed, whatever it may be. But everybody knew if you went to a party at Jamie's house that at midnight, the witching hour began. And basically he would have a party and everybody would be in there. But at 12 o'clock, the women would start to take off their clothes and you would have to guess if you were with a cisgender woman or a transgender woman. So some of these dudes, they already been making out with these chicks, they already been doing all kinds of stuff. And then the clothes come off and you figure out whether or not you got a chick or a chick with a dick. That was a standard. Or the night than another male R&B artist that I know, and I've already spoke about this. I'm not going to put you out there, but you know exactly who you are. You know you was there underneath that piano sucking Jamie's dick while he was playing fucking Mozart. And he taped it and I saw it. Now, I've already spoke about this on another channel, and I'm not going to say your name this time because you didn't sue me. So we already know what it is. But what I will say is this. Tonka trucks are Tonka trucks, not tanks. You got played with, and that's just what it is.
So I went down the rabbit hole today, and let me give you guys some backstory. 2004 to 2006, people stopped being able to afford their mortgage payments. Why? Because there was shitty fucking loan products available to consumers, and loan officers were not regulated. That's where the Dodd-Frank Act and SAFE Act came in, which seemed like it was going to do a lot of good, and it did a lot of good. There's a lot of regulation in place that prevents me as a loan officer from fucking over a consumer, and there should be. Another piece to this, though. You guys need to go watch the movie The Big Short. So 2004 to 2006, people stopped being able to afford the mortgage payments. 2008, the housing crisis happened. 2010, we got Dodd-Frank, which caused the SAFE Act. But what also happened at that same time was the big things that tranches these gigantic, massive pools of mortgage-backed securities, which are just gigantic buckets of mortgages, right? These are the mortgages themselves that are being bought by investors. They get put into a mortgage-backed security. That mortgage-backed security gets put into a bigger bucket, which is called a tranche. Lots of fucking loans, guys, okay? I need you to understand there's a shit ton of loans in this gigantic bucket. All of different varying credit risks. You have various credit risks inside this massive pool of loans.
A lot of subsidized mortgages.
That was another big thing with the economy. I don't know if you guys all know about that. The investors, Goldman Sachs, they all started taking out insurance bets against the American economy because they started to see that these mortgage pools were failing. So people not only lost their homes because of these shitty fucking mortgage products, but then their retirement accounts, which were based off of mortgage-backed securities, along with private equity being able to bet and buy and insure debts against each other, consumers lost everything.
Yep.
The investment companies didn't. The one thing that went away for 3 years in 2010 was the mortgage-backed security betting game, right? They were called collateralized debt obligations, a CDO. They came back in 2013, and I found out about that today. I didn't know that those were a thing. I feel really dirty being in this industry, knowing that this is still happening. I'm regulated. I follow the rules. But in 2013, they brought back CDOs, and they named them something new. Into the new and improved CRT, credit risk transfer, credit default swap, synthetic risk transfer, they're the same thing. This is funny money being bet against Americans' mortgages to see whether or not they're going to fail. Guess who's going to be able to start taking the bets on that real soon? As of right now, credit risk transfers are limited access to a certain number of types of investors. Typically, they are going to retirement accounts, 401ks. However, we have a lot of people in the American economy that don't have those programs available where they work. They don't have 401ks to buy into these mortgage-backed securities, and there's people still buying homes because there's more people than there is houses. That's the part where this gets a whole lot fucking worse, guys. Private equity is about to start buying into mortgage-backed securities to free up finances so more people can buy homes. Not that y'all can really fucking afford it. Signed your loan officer. Holy shit. This is bad. This is really bad. It's probably preventable. We're going to have to elect some new people really fucking quick, but otherwise we're going to have private equity buying your actual fucking security interest in your mortgage. Not even your house. They're buying your security interest. For fuck's sake. Because I can't watch this happen. This is going to be a train wreck. Like, this is from the Federal Housing Finance Agency, which is the CRT progress report of the number of single-family mortgages and the activity in 2022 and 2021. Now, a lot more people bought homes in 2022 and 2021, but the way I am generally understanding this is we also have other legislation and other things that are going on that are about to put a lot of pressure on the banking sector, so they are going to be forced to sell CRTs to private equity. Don't know what the Basel III endgame is, you need to go look that up. That is something that is being fought by lobbyists. That surprisingly, Congress, like all of the politicians that I have seen so far seem to be in support of that. There's some that are no, some that are yes, but a lot of regulators are trying to push that through. That is a global initiative with the Swiss banking folks over there to make banks have more assets on hand. Right now, banks don't have enough assets according to all of the regulatory, like global regulatory authorities that are saying banks don't have enough in their accounts. Basel III endgame is what's getting pushed. Lobbyists are pushing against it. Private equity is going to wind up having to buy mortgage-backed securities. Holy shit.
I just got back from the grocery store and I went there to get blueberries. There were two options, organic and non-organic. The organic blueberries were $8.99 for the box. The non-organic blueberries were on sale for $1.99. So like I can either buy the non-organic and have cancer later because it's all I can afford right now, or buy the organic and not pay my mortgage. So I'm just curious, like, how are people surviving in this economy? Like, seriously.
I mean, do you trust a box that says organic? Like it's really organic? Do you trust it? I'm sure there's certain laws you got to follow, but they got to do the bare minimum to make it organic. Like, isn't there a cage-free law? Like, they have to be in a 5-foot cage and you can only have like 5 chickens. And I'm just guessing, right? This isn't facts, right? But it's something like this. You can only have 10 chickens in that 5x5 cage or something. So they're considered cage-free or something like that, right? The only way to truly be organic, if you're worried about cancer and spending $1.99 at the grocery store, is growing your own blueberries, growing your own vegetables, growing your own fruits. You want to take it a step further, hunt? I don't know. That's the only way, because you just can't trust the grocery stores. You can't trust anybody that's doing these foods. You just can't. So you just get your blood drawn and get that checked. Can you trust that? It's a cold game, y'all.
All right, rolling.
I've never been that impressed with his political operation.
Oh, funny. Now you're not.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I just haven't been. They won the White House. Bravo. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But so my concern was this ain't happening. And we have to make a decision for us this to happen. And the president has to make the decision for that to happen. Let me just say, I won't say necessarily I knew what I was doing at that time. I knew what I was doing in the whole thing, not just that shit.
And what was that?
That Donald Trump would never set foot in the White House again.
I'm telling you, y'all, I just don't think they're going to let him in there. There's no way. There's no way. Even if he wins with votes, they're not going to let him in there. There's just no way. They want that pure control. I mean, look how far they're going for control. They kicked Joe Biden, their own president, out the office and put somebody in there that we didn't vote in there. We didn't have no control for who's running for a Democratic Party. They did. They love that. They need that control.
I gotta go. All right. I got no, mom. It wasn't the actual devil. No, they were just dressed as the devil, mom. I have to go. Yeah. You did warn me about Hollywood. Yes, you did, mom. Yeah, you did. I will. Thank you. She said she'll be praying for all of us. Thank you. All right. She's loving the show.
That's what's going on at award shows now, right? Remember back in the day, the award, we used to love watching the MTV Awards, the Hip Hop Awards, the Source Awards, right? You might see a fight, someone gets stabbed with a butter knife, something like that, but they ain't in the audience talking about devils and Epstein, and that's what these awards are turning into. Just putting it all out there.
Campaign is caught using AI photos. This photo right here is going all over Twitter right now. And they're saying, oh, look at the crowds at a Harris rally, blah, blah, blah. But then when you look at this kind of stuff, like, look at this. Look at this guy's face. Like, these two women have the same face. Like, what's going on here? It's all AI. And this is what I've been talking about, that the Kamala Harris campaign is all about hype. There's no substance to it. Nothing. It's all a marketing scheme. And when it comes time to deliver a product, her and her policies, there's really nothing to back it up. But the media is doing a fantastic job polishing this turd that is Kamala Harris. But the results are going to be a lot like Fyre Fest, a ton of hype and nothing to back it up.
You know what? I have honestly never seen a Trump speech, never seen a Kamala speech, Joe Biden speech, Barack Obama speech. I would like to sit down and watch a full Kamala speech with an open mind, right? Non-biased, because I can pick up. I can pick up on vibes. I can pick up on lies. I can pick up on, we can pick that stuff up, right? So I would like to sit here. I'm thinking we might have to live stream a Kamala rally on YouTube, or just film one or live stream one, right? And live stream a Trump one. Because honestly, I've never seen a full-on speech, right? I just see little clips from YouTube clips, podcasts, right? And I go from there who I feel is telling the truth and who's not, right? It'd be fun to sit here and actually live stream a Kamala rally. We might have to do that. Let me know down below if you guys would be interested in that.
We have a viral video coming out of New York City. Multiple witnesses captured what they're claiming to be a UFO spotted hovering above their sky on August 9th, 2024. This was in the evening hours when they spotted what looks like a UFO. Definitely doesn't look like a plane nor a helicopter, and it's just hovering above the city. Take a look at this footage. Let me know what you think, and if you have your own footage, please post. This is wild.
Yo, there's a UFO in New York City, y'all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, it's a UFO. Oh, shit. In New York City. Yo, look at the beam. Yo!
That's pretty crazy. Could you imagine if that came out in the 90s or even early 2000s? Like, it'd be front page news everywhere. But we're just so oversaturated with that stuff. We just see it and automatically think it's nonsense, or like, who cares? Another one, right? They're freaking aliens from another dimension, right? Possibly.
The Boeing astronauts.
I didn't know Boeing was involved in space.
They sure are, baby.
Anytime there's an aircraft to screw up, Boeing will be there.
They sent this capsule that Boeing just created. They sent 2 astronauts to the International Space Station, which they're on it right now, but there's technical issues with the Boeing spacecraft to where they're like, we don't even know if we can get it back down to Earth. And so like the 2 astronauts are basically stuck on the International Space Station with no ride home. SpaceX is talking about going up and doing a rescue mission.
Cool.
But how terrifying.
They have an open schedule on the ISS until mid-August.
Whoa!
So they have no return date set right now. They were a year behind schedule and $1.5 billion over budget on this project.
Whoa!
How are you 1.5 over?
You can do the math to get to space, but you can't do the math to keep to a budget.
To be 1.5 billion off.
That's not marginal.
My buddy who does work for this space program, he talked about all the markups that they do on, he's like, a screw or a washer, which would normally be like 5 cents. It's like a $30 screw.
Get real.
Well, Drew Barrymore is canceled. Check this out.
I keep thinking in my head that we all need a mom. I've been thinking that we really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now.
Yeah.
But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, sorry, but we absolutely do not want Kamala Mamala in the White House. No, thank you. And Drew, sorry, but you're canceled. And we need to start canceling all these Hollywood weirdos that are going to support people like Kamala Harris. Follow for more, and God bless.
See, I would like to see her go on. I mean, Drew Barrymore, big time left leaning, right? You're going to spoon feed her the good stuff, right? Kamala Harris, whatever, right? I want to see her go on some real deal things where she's going to be put against the wall, right? Trump goes on CNN and he does 60-minute interviews and whatever, the world news, whatever. He does those, right? And he has his back, and nonstop, all they're doing is bashing what he said, they don't talk about the real problems, right? Like they did with that vice president. I don't even know his name. But I would like to see her or her vice president pick go on some podcasts or news channels that are going to ask them the real questions, y'all, because those are really questions that we need answers to. And it's bad enough you put her in there without letting us vote, right? Answer her questions.
Saying that UFO. First chapter of Ezekiel. Go back and read it. You'll think you're on acid or something. And realize, too, it's the King James translation. He translated it from Aramaic, I believe. I'm sure somebody's going to correct me on that. I'm not a biblical philosopher. I just read it. Yeah, it's in there, and it talks about the visitor coming down. It describes the craft. It describes the landing gear. In some translations, like a traditional pad that comes down, like you've seen in the science fiction movies. I look at those stars in the sky, and those stars, the light left those stars before the time of Christ. That is the vastness of God's great universe. And honestly, do you think we're the best that God can do?
Can you tell me, please, why were the pyramids made?
Well, the original pyramids were made for a variety of functions. Number one, it was made as a hall of records to demonstrate that there are changes that happen on your planet in cycles, such as precession and certain kinds of cyclic ages that create certain kinds of different conditions on your planet, so that by reading the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid, in the proper way, you will understand the cycles and can be better prepared for them on your planet. But the Great Pyramid in particular was also designed to function in a way that when you go into the king's chamber and lie in the stone coffer, it has been designed geometrically. When you go into what is called the brainwave frequency of gamma, to amplify that gamma state and allow for greater opportunity and acceleration to create the experience of astral travel. That's what a lot of the ancient Egyptian priest initiates learned to do in the Great Pyramid, so that they would go and gather information while having an out-of-body experience and bring that information back to improve the knowledge of the society. That's another reason it was created.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working. They're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what. Yeah, and that's what you're saying in your book. When you talk to when you talk to
And they don't want
parents,
me here right now. Trust
Corey,
me. They want me dead.
there are a lot of parents out here who want to put their kids in this business. Their kids are cute. They're great actors. Da, da, da. What would you say to a parent who just has the best of intentions, who's coming here with their child? If you're saying that there's a lot of predators in this industry.
It's a many-feathered bird. Okay? Be careful what you wish for. That's what I'll tell you. Don't go into it with naivety. Don't go into it thinking that it's all roses and sunglasses.
You're damaging an entire industry.
I'm sorry.
I want to
I'm
clear
not
up.
trying
You said
to.
that.
I'm just trying to say that it's a very important.
But he's giving them the truth, right? Kind of crying for help. And they're over there saying you're damaging an entire industry. That she knows damn well what goes on over there, right? Calm down. You're on probation. You're on YouTube probation right now. Relax.
Honestly, when I first went to Egypt with John Anthony West in 1990, I thought, before I got off the plane, that this would be simple, open and shut case. I would prove him wrong in the sense of his assertions that maybe the Sphinx was older. I had no doubt at the time that my colleagues in Egyptology must know what they're talking about, and all of that changed literally within 30, without exaggerating, 30 to 120 seconds of first seeing the Sphinx. Yeah, it really did.
What was your first impression?
Because my first impression of the Sphinx was, now that I saw it on the ground in person, there was something wrong with the Egyptological dating. Because when you look at the Sphinx, as a geologist with a geological eye, this was not weathered by wind and sand. This was not desert erosion and weathering that I saw on the Sphinx. And it's that core body and the walls of the enclosure, more or less the quarry around it, if you want to use that term, that show these ancient weathering, precipitation, erosional features that are incompatible with the last 5,000 years of climatic history on the eastern edge of the Sahara.
Crazy. Imagine that being full of green, luscious, pouring rain, rainforest. That's crazy.
The whole piece of fish.
Like, that can't be real, because what kind of disgusting person, can you imagine how bad that smells if that's how the fish is? So they're putting their hands in it, and that's what made my spidey senses tingle. Like, there's no way that's real, because no real person, I wouldn't even take it back to the store. I'd put it in a bag, puke, throw it away. Like, I would not be putting my hands in that. That's disgusting. Cochina.
Just gone. Look at that. It's like...
Look at that.
Rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
Yeah, I might have some chopsticks messing with that fish, right?
Ужас. Ужас. Ew.
What's that?
See that? So what we do here at the store is we take the moldy strawberries out, throw them away. Sometimes we put it on the floor, or we put it in this, and this becomes this. Cut up.
The mixtures, that's crazy. He just exposed the game right there. They have, my girl gets those all the time. No more. That's crazy. Those little greedy B words, y'all. I got to start watching my language over here. I don't know what it is. But I remember I bought some ground beef from, Albertsons out in Arizona. It was Safeway, right? They're like sister companies. And I feed my dogs ground beef with their, hard food with a little bit of unsalted beef broth, right? A little bit of pumpkin in there too, right? Spoil my dogs. And I didn't cook the ground beef, right? Thank God, right? I put it in the not in the microwave. I put it in the refrigerator, and I was all cook it tomorrow, right? They had enough food for the day. When I woke up, that meat was silver. Overnight was silver. Now, can you imagine if I would have ate it or gave that to my dogs? Like, they would have been sick, maybe even died. I took it back to Safeway and just gave me my money back. She said, go give it to the butcher and tell them shame on them. But that meat, when I bought it Friday, bright red, healthy looking meat. The next day, silver. Now, I don't get ground beef from Safeway or Albertsons. Out here, it's Albertsons, but out there, it's Safeway. I don't know why, but I've gotten food poisoning from it. My dogs damn near killed from it. I don't know who they get their ground beef from, who their vendor is, but it is not a good one. You know who's got some good ground beef? Walmart. That's where I get my ground beef, or one of these little markets out here where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? The only safe thing to do is plant it out in your backyard. That's it. Getting bubbles, it's trouble. Good to know. Little life hack for you guys. Bugs. Be careful.
Put a fine point on it right now. For the 4.7 million Americans who have received this debt relief, the average, as you said at the start of this visit, was $35,000 their relief has been for. So I guess, why don't those individuals who didn't receive $35,000 in debt cancellation deserve a $35,000 check from other Americans for what other means they would want to use it?
You're talking about those
people who didn't go to college, so they're not getting debt relief, the $35,000 that they don't get because they didn't go.
We're talking about folks who are in debt who are literally being crushed because they took
being crushed
financially. Okay, is that okay with you? Okay, but I know, but crushed financially, and so they're trying to get their lives back on track. Right? They're trying to get...
You know what's funny? Like, he's winning, or she, maybe Kamala's, getting people to vote for her for debt reliefs, right? She's winning a couple votes here and there from that, I'm sure, right? People that got their debt relief, but they're still giving out student loans. So there's still people going to be going in debt, right? Yeah, you gave relief to some people, but you're still giving out these crazy loans for school, right? Maybe if they got rid of, okay, college is free, we're relieving student loans. Okay, you might get my vote for that, right? Not me personally, because I ain't going to school, but that's a good thing, right? But don't give me student loan relief, but you're still giving out debt, right? What's going on in California? Tsunami advisory.
Have you ever heard of Erin Valenti, the woman who claimed to have proof that we live in a simulation on Earth? She was a tech entrepreneur and the CEO of Tinker Ventures, a company that worked on some of the coolest web and mobile apps. But her story took a dark and mysterious turn in October 2019. Before her death, Erin made a series of frantic calls to her family, saying things like, "It's all a game, it's a thought experiment, we're in the Matrix."
She had a
Sounds
little
like something
episode.
straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? Erin had been attending tech conferences in California when she suddenly went missing.
California.
5 days later, she was found dead in her rental car in San Jose. The official cause of death was acute manic episode.
Gotta edit that out.
But the strange and unsettling nature of her final messages has left people in the tech world and beyond buzzing with speculation. What do you think about this mystery?
All right, family, there you have today's video. Hopefully everything goes smooth. It seemed like it was good. I got to do a little editing, right? You're going to hear some bleeps and some cut off words, right? I just said a word right now that's not allowed on YouTube, and just it's that easy that you just speak your mind without even really realizing it, and that can get you banned, right? So I got to do some editing. I guess I got to do better on my part and be careful what I put out there, because they're making it hard on your boy right now. So we got to take it easy. Play it soft for a little while, get off probation, right? But anyways, y'all, the video, by the time you're watching this video, I'm gonna do it right now. The video is gonna be up on my other channel. Like I said, I don't know what I really want to put over there. We're just gonna do different things, maybe some comedy things, some comedy videos, some like comedy compilation reactions. I used to do that when I first started doing reactions. We're gonna do some of those. We're gonna just do a little bit of everything and just find what sticks. Some of these type of videos, right? But longer forms of them, and just things that happen that go viral in this world. We're gonna be reacting to it over there. More longer form videos over there. So be sure to hit the link in the bio and subscribe over there. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I hope this video comes out today. Hopefully I don't run into no turbulence. This is Segovia. Like I said, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Later.